here? Well, I'll show you. It's dark. For those of you listening, it's
It's so
it's quiet.
pretty.
It is. It's the coolest. It's the coolest comfort inn in the country. Probably. It is literally on the bay, on the water. I have views of ships and aircraft carriers and battleships, and you can walk
Wow.
all around here. I'm in Port Orchard, right next to Bremerton, which is a famous naval base military area.
Okay.
And it has literally been raining the entire time we've been here. It's
Well, of
so
course, it's
sensational.
Seattle.
Yeah, I know. Or snowing. And
Isn't
they're
that
like,
what
oh,
they're
it's
known
never
for?
like this. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. It's like this every time I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Brits, when the Brits say, "Oh, what are you talking about? It doesn't rain here."
Really? I've never heard the British say that. That's funny.
They like to live in
Um,
denial. It's okay.
yes, and not just a river in Egypt.
Exactly. Hi,
Yeah,
guys. How is
I
everyone?
think of the Scottish weather when it's like this. I literally think of England and the British
Hmm.
folk.
Yeah,
And I used to always, every time I go to LA, they're like, "Oh, it never rains like this." I'm like, well, I guess I bring the rain to Los
you bring
Angeles.
it.
It's okay.
Exactly.
And there's massive flooding here. It was really scary, actually. The roads were flooded, and I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the, next 10, 20, 30 years.
The
So
weather
I think it's,
conditions in America altogether are really a lot of interesting points of views.
yes, there are. There
Here
are.
are a lot of interesting points of views, a lot of closures, a lot of drama. I think a lot of people missed Christmas because they couldn't get to where they
Oh my
wanted.
gosh. Everyone in Seattle was
Yeah.
told if you live anywhere in the airports, if you live anywhere near Seattle, go home. That's what they've been telling people here for the last 4 days. My in-laws, my sister-in-law, her husband, their 5-year-old, and their 2-year-old were so excited to finally reunite with family outside of the country, and they couldn't leave the country. They canceled their trip. They had, the whole family packed and prepared and on this massive journey just to get to this very beautiful country, actually Mexico, Daniel. And
What a
all the
great
trips were
idea.
canceled. And I was just thinking about all the families who've been stuck places or spent their Christmases in airports. And Cassie said the most brilliant thing to me, which hadn't dawned
Good.
on me before. She said, isn't it amazing how we all, at the exact same time in this country or the world, try to travel at the exact same time on the exact same day, all at once? And
Yeah.
we force happiness and force, like, I don't know, I feel like it creates more
Obligation.
tension. I feel
Maybe
like
some
there's literally
obligation.
more tension, more things we're pushing up against because of
Right.
the energy there. It gets so
Sure.
intense. I've noticed. I've seen that point of view. And I know something else is possible. I know it
Hmm.
doesn't have to be this way.
That's
I
right.
know we can literally go with the flow. As the rivers flood, I keep thinking about Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
So, how
Bringing in
can we
new waves of
build an
energy.
ark for these new times? How can we be totally unreasonable and create newly? So, I'm so excited to be back with Daniel Tuttle talking about this because we've had a few weeks off.
Yeah, we have. We have. We've been celebrating the holidays and and traveling, and like it's been such an amazing last couple of weeks for me obviously, and I know for you as well, Ben. I want to speak on what you just talked about, or actually what Cassie was referencing, and that is
Yes, I
something
thought you
that,
might have something to say on this.
yeah, and it's actually really important because since we're going to talk about manifesting today for the new year, we forget that there's a very, very powerful energy, probably one of the most powerful energies that overrides just about everything in the world, and that is group consciousness. Okay?
Mm.
So, group consciousness is above astrology, it's above everything. Um that's why we, as, let's say, energetic professionals, our goal and our ask is to raise the vibration, right? If we raise the vibration, then we can really, really raise the vibration of people, places, and situations around us so that it's more elevated. And the truth is that you're right, Ben, or I should say Cassie's right. Sorry. Cassie's right. At that time of the year when people are traveling, there's a group consciousness there. There's a group consciousness. A lot of it is of what you had talked about your niece, about being excited to have something that they haven't gotten before, or to reconnect, right? Some of it is fear, some of it is doubt, some of it is worry, anxiety, some of it is, a lot of it is excitement. Let's not diminish that. A lot of that is happiness and joy and excitement and all of that. But you know what ends up happening is that momentum builds so much that then it creates the effects. It's like I was talking about when we had the earthquake in Mexico. We had the earthquake drill first, and
Oh my gosh,
70
yes.
75 million people had the earthquake drill, and then 15 minutes later afterwards there was an actual earthquake, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if we can look at that and say, what are we creating together collectively? And that, I think, is our arc. I think the ultimate arc in everything is our consciousness, Ben. If you truly don't align with the consciousness of whatever that is, if you're aligned with the consciousness of your higher self, or aligned with the consciousness of your actual ask or your desire, then what's going to actualize for you is going to be very, very different. You may be the one person that got on that plane, right? You may be the one person that escaped the storm or the whatever, or didn't get affected in the earthquake. I've been in multiple situations like that where there was, I'm going to say, crazy, crazy things happening around me that didn't affect me. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
that's the arc, right? Because the ark, I love that you referenced Noah's Ark, because it's one of my favorite stories in the Torah.
Mm,
The thing is like, so there's a flood going on outside, right? There's a hurricane. You could call it a hurricane, whatever you want to call it, and everything is flooding away and everything is going away. And yet in this ark are uh, a half a dozen people and a million animals, and
yeah,
nothing happens to them, right? Yet around them, around that energy, there is chaos and destruction. So what I know to
yes,
be true is that arc is our consciousness. And so instead of finding ourselves becoming, we're so easily manipulated. We're so easily manipulated by energy and we don't even realize it, right? We're so easily manipulated into saying, oh my God, it's the holiday season, everybody's going to be miserable, travel's going to be awful, nobody's going to get anywhere, oh my God, that we buy into that. And once you buy into that, you become the effect, you don't become the cause. And so the question or the ask is like, what can I choose that would create a different reality here? What can I choose that would actually maybe allow me and those that I love to be in the right place in the right time, so that we everything works out with ease, joy, and glory? You know what I mean? Yeah, Martha Castro agrees. Yeah, Martha Castro.
yes. I know what you mean. I love that.
Yeah.
Everything you had to say about that, and that we're bringing up the arc. I was hit with that yesterday. Like, how can we just go with this flow? I've had so many dreams after 9/11, and I recently had a
Yeah.
dream again that actually is one of the first real. This one was very, very real for me. That I won't even share the details because I don't want to create it. But I had a dream that like this other war was coming, and that we were under attack, and a lot of the times that can be with these tidal waves, and I see water. And a trick I learned, or actually a tool from a veteran with PTSD, and I had these dreams really after 9/11. That I saw we really
Hmm.
are like we're we're human. There's our bodies will die. We have
Hmm.
fatality is real, and some people were very traumatized by it, including myself. But at the same time, I was so enlivened by it. Like, wow, life is so short. Oh my God, that was close. Like, woo. And I was
Hmm.
thinking about, so the tool is when having a traumatic event or experience. One of the things that makes it traumatic is that it it has an imprint on our brain, and sometimes we can't return back to baseline, to that point that before we had that experience. And one
Hmm.
of the ways that we can literally start to reprogram our brain when it experiences a traumatic memory or something that we go back to or feels like it takes over our consciousness. My dreams are so powerful and intense that often they can seem to bleed into my reality, my waking life, so to speak, and this
Hmm.
consciousness. And so the tool is just starting to reimagine it, reprogram it, like picking the needle up and starting to add a little different soundtrack to the experience, not completely altering it. But for
Right.
instance, if a tidal wave is coming in my dream, right? Maybe imagining like a bro pulling up with a jet ski or surfboard and be like, hop on, I got you, dude, let's go. I see like a dolphin like, hey buddy, like hop on my back. It's something that makes me smile, and already just by creating that, I've created a new pathway biologically, scientifically, but also energetically for
Sure.
something else to occur, right? For
Well, it
another alternative to occur.
yeah, I think that's
And
so
so this
important
arc is
too.
just another opportunity, right? When you're faced with that like
Of course.
calamity, that's just a perspective, right?
That's right.
There's
And
actually
it's so
energy
yeah, of course, everything is
at
energy, and
work.
that is exactly what I wanted to talk about today with the manifesting for the new year, right? So we talked about group consciousness. Group consciousness. There's a lot of people in the world that believe that on the new year you're supposed to make New Year's resolutions and you're going to change your life and you're going to up yourself for the better, right? It's
Yeah.
not some divine cosmic thing that happens in the cosmos, and the cosmos go, oh hey, now's a great time to manifest. No, there's a belief in the world, there's a cosmic energy, or not cosmic energy, there's a group consciousness energy that we want to ride and actually take advantage of during that time. And so to take advantage of the energy of manifestation for the new year, is a lot of people are choosing their resolutions and their thises and their that's. But what if it was us asking for what we want that we just knew was going to happen? That it was going to create something greater for us. It was going to empower us to have a greater year ahead. It was going to empower us to receive all that we're asking for, and just let it go, right? Just simply let it go. And I love
Let
what
it
you talked about.
go,
Let it
let it
go.
go.
Exactly. I love what you talk about shifting the vibration of when you perceive that something horrible is going to happen or that it won't happen, right? You go into, a lot of people don't create their manifestations because then they go, yeah, and then it's not going to happen anyway. So if it's not going to happen anyway, who cares? Better that I don't do it and be let down than better that I don't do it and not be let down instead of doing it and being let down. And that is the creation of being let down. That's the creation of it not happening. That's the creation of seeing
Mm.
only destruction. So let's change it. Let's change it. And what if it was you asking for what you want and also not being afraid that it doesn't go your freaking way? You know? So what?
Yeah.
What if the world has a better idea, better what if the creator, the universe, has something even greater in store for you than you could imagine? And you're sitting here like,
Oh,
this is what I
oh
want, and it has to be
goodness.
this way. Oh my gosh, if it doesn't happen this way, then I can't believe that. I can't believe in this stuff. You know how many
Yes.
times people have told me that, and I'm like, really? Really? That's exactly what you want? No way. Don't be crazy. you
Yeah,
know
I love we're talking about this, Daniel. I'm gonna, with when people expect the worst and they're like, "Oh my God, this is happening. This is horrible." And you've noticed.
yeah.
I wonder if any of you are resonating with this. By the way, if you're listening live, please let us know. Share below. Special shout out to Becky this morning, um, our
And also John
producer.
Ashford, hello, sir. And Leela
Hello.
from Bali. Hi, Leela.
Oh my gosh, I love it. We have such a wonderful family joining us, and we've really missed you all. And we're talking about excited and talking about how to manifest, actually create for this new year and the
Yeah.
energy of letting go. And the energy of calamity, right? When we take that on, we create that word is heavy, like, oh, it would, it's literally a point of view. Some
Yes.
people,
Hmm.
and I'm going to say something that's going to sound really controversial, but some people found grace and new life from 9/11.
Yeah.
Some people saw from the death, from the destruction came the from the ashes a phoenix rose. And you know, I mentioned that because for those of you who don't know, I specifically lived there and was part of that, and this is part of my story, part of my letting go, my shedding. This came up on a session with Becky the other day, this energy of grief and letting go is my mantra of like of 2021. Just I lost my father physically, my grandmother, and a bunch of other things. And you know, as COVID was wrapping up, quotes so to speak, it's big, like our group conscious of the calamity of that time, right? We're actually living with COVID now. We've just integrated it into our lives, but we called it that time, this pandemic, right? And
Hmm.
um, I saw people really taking on this energy that was actually creating a lot more destruction and sadness and grief. And
Right.
even myself was taking on some of that. As I would keep having these like intense things happen to me. Like recently, I don't even know if we've had a podcast since then. I had an emergency tooth extraction while I was home visiting my mom on her 80th
Right. I remember
birthday,
that.
and I had the extraction on my dad's birthday, which is 2 days later. As I was on my way to her birthday party, and it was just like, you know, it took I didn't even have time to call you guys, but I definitely needed an energy clearing to see like
Right. Of
where in
course.
my life am I still creating pain or being injured in it. I've worked with you on this before, but there's really still part of me that I noticed was connected to pain and suffering equaling love, right? And there's something like I'm one of those people who used to really enjoy and maybe still do like getting sick because everything shuts down and I finally get to
Hmm.
be like, I don't want to say the center of attention, but people really check on me, or and I get to really check out. And
Sure.
what I notice I'm good at doing when I'm sick is letting go. It's like I finally
Interesting.
have an excuse with this injury to totally let go.
Right.
And so now it's creating, can I totally let go in the times when I'm doing great? Can I totally let go in order to create more, in order to allow even more when I feel like it's too much, I can't handle anymore? Can I
Yeah.
let that go and allow even
Yeah.
greater? Because it's that energy of us
Yeah.
trying to protect what we have and just survive that I find actually creates more of that intensity and danger, but that it also keeps us from actually experiencing the healing, from actually releasing that energy so that we can heal, so that we can grow. It's like, and then I started crying, and I just cried every day, and I realized that was, I finally let go. I just
It's
needed to let it
beautiful.
out so that it can move and my heart could open even more. But while I
Right.
was trying to protect it and figure out what was wrong with me, it was actually creating more of the same. It was like a snowball. And I
Yeah.
literally had to like release one snowball to start another one, you know, working for
For
me.
sure. You know, we have, I think you bring up something that I actually wanted to mention this morning on my meditation. I think that we have conditioned pain to be a virtue.
Mm,
We've
yeah.
conditioned suffering to be a virtue. We've
Suffering.
conditioned
Yep.
sickness to be a virtue. But why?
Yeah.
Why have we made that choice, and why are we carrying that interesting point of view around with us? And
That's a great
what if
question.
just the acknowledgement, just the awareness, hey, you know what? I realize that this suffering that I'm choosing right now, I'm feeling empowered by this suffering. But what if I didn't have to feel, what if it wasn't about just feeling empowered during the suffering, but feeling empowered in every way? I'm not taking away feeling empowered in your suffering. There's nothing to take away. Feel empowered in your suffering, but also feel empowered in your glory. Feel empowered in your healing.
Mm,
Feel empowered in your wellness. Feel empowered in your
mm,
happiness. Because that's going to beget the momentum that's going to create more of that, more momentum of healing, more momentum of joy, more momentum of people, all over you, giving you so much attention, so much love, so much everything. which you're seeking by being sick, right? Oftentimes we get sick because we want the universe to prove to us that people love us, that people will actually take care of us. So we make ourselves sick. And then sometimes in that space, it feels so, 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 so good that people have a hard time healing. And what in my practice, what we do is we actually go in and we uproot those limiting beliefs and those interesting points of views. We pull them and we replace them with what we call downloads to actually support you in knowing that you could actually live in a space of feeling your wellness, feeling great, without having to bring on pain in order for you to know that people love you, that people care about you, that people pay attention to you, that people will bend over backwards to give you what is required for you to make you feel better. And the thing
Yeah.
is that is the switch. The switch is because here's the deal, guys. The law of attraction works really fiercely. If you have a
Mm.
belief that you have to suffer in order to take time for yourself, that you have to get sick in order for you to realize that people love you. If you have to, like Ben said, that you have something, you have to be in a place of having to stop everything just for you to let go. If you have those beliefs, you're going to create those realities. Those realities are
Yep.
going to keep showing up for you because they're going to affirm what your beliefs are. And so,
Yep.
what will it take? What will it take for us to change that awareness and make that commitment? What if we all made a one? Oh my God, guys, come on. Can you imagine if we all collectively, everyone listening, past, present, and future, right here, right now, we all made the declaration, we created the ask in the universe that we were going to actually choose joy, we're going to choose gratitude, we're going to choose appreciation as the knowing that we are supported this year, the knowing that we are worthy of
Mm.
receiving everything that we want, the knowing that we are full and complete and that we are healed and that people love us and people care for us.
Yes. Amen. How
That's
can we
group
create that?
consciousness. That's
Yes, it
group
is.
consciousness. If we
Yes, it
together, if
is.
just the how many ever hundreds of us that are listening, past, present, and future right now, if we collectively together can acknowledge, you know what? I'm no longer going to make pain a virtue in my life. I'm no longer going to make sickness the reason that I take time for myself. Imagine just us,
Yes.
just this group of
Yes.
people.
Yes.
We started this session off talking about building the ark. That's an ark.
Yes, it is.
That's an ark. So
Our
let's do it.
beliefs can be an arc. I love that. And creating the structures so that you can build something, right? We don't want to
Yes,
build it on shit. That doesn't work.
right.
But we can let
No.
that go. And, if you start mixing poop with all that other stuff, and you could really grow some good some good things in there. Make a great
Yeah,
arc out of that. I love,
exactly.
how they say diamonds are created under pressure, or found in
That's
that
right.
muck. And
Mhm.
as I'm sharing all of this stuff, like literally the suffering and the points of view that I've had and continue
Yeah,
to release, to let you know, like, this is it's a process, and we get to choose it every day. We get to choose it newly anytime we want, and it comes up. It surprises me often. It shows up. My grief will come up as one of these things, and an
sure.
old trauma will reveal itself, like, oh, hey, there it is. This is an opportunity for me to work with this again. And as we're
Yeah.
letting go, it can be really, for me, a point of view I have had is letting go can be very scary. So we're
Yes, it
releasing
can.
things that have, growth. It doesn't have to be painful, right? The suffering is optional, and
No.
everything in life. If you look at snakes, shed their skin. Trees shed their skin. We're
Yeah.
literally growing from the inside out, and as we grow, we must shed so that we
Hmm.
can make space for the new skin, for the new layers, for the new life that we're creating. And as
Hmm.
we release
Correct.
this, literally, I speak these things out loud to release them, not to call
That's
them
right.
in. So don't get it twisted. When I'm sharing this, don't get it twisted. When I'm sharing this, it's literally to release these so
That's
that I'm
right.
not holding on to them, because the universe can transmute those energies for us.
Right.
the more we try to, the more we get to release, as Daniel reminds us, is Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, says, as we learn to relax, we'll receive 70% more of what we're asking for.
Yeah.
And as we let
You know,
go, we actually get to create and receive so much greater. And in that
it's so
space of
much
literally
greater.
releasing opening our arms, suddenly or opening your hand, right? As you let go, suddenly there's space for
Yeah.
something else to come in.
And what if by doing that we also empower everyone else to do the same?
Yes.
We often hold on to choosing pain as a virtue or any of those other things because we want to feel like we belong, because a lot of people choose pain as a virtue. A lot of people choose sickness as a way to come together. And the truth of the
Yes.
matter is that if we show people, if we demonstrate that we don't have to choose that we can choose something greater, then what we're also doing is we're giving them permission as well, right? Giving them permission to say, oh, wow, I don't have to be sick to be taken care of. I don't have to be, in pain to have somebody reach out their hand and say, hey, would you like a
Mm.
shoulder to eat ice cream on instead of a shoulder to cry on?
Oh, I just got something good from that.
Yeah.
By the way, good morning, Jason.
Good morning,
Great to
Jason.
have you guys here. I was thinking about men and why some of us have such a hard time programming asking for help. Because I was just thinking, yeah, you don't have to be sick to to get love. You can literally fucking ask for it.
That's right.
Well, this is a good time to drop the F bomb. You can literally ask for what you want.
That's right.
So, have you actually tried, that energy of asking? Yes, I've asked. Keep asking. Keep seeing what shows up.
Yeah.
Before I got sober and was given the gift of a whole new life I never thought possible, I was not going to. Are you kidding? Recovery was not on my radar. I
Right.
was asking the universe over and over again to show me. My mom said, well, did you try asking your problem? Yes, I'm fucking praying and asking. But it was getting worse. But, I just kept asking, and suddenly, ooh, I let go, and I was just like, it's like I landed in the arms of an infinite, sea of love and support that I never thought possible. And it was terrifying to me because it was so unfamiliar. I
Right.
have friends here from recovery, but I was thinking about, we can literally just ask for help. That's what we learn in recovery, is to ask people. And actually, by asking, you allow someone else to be of service to you. What?
Right. Right.
We think it's so selfish to ask for what we need, but do you realize that when you ask someone, you're honoring them?
Of course. And also, how do you feel when somebody asks you for help? When somebody
Yeah.
asks me for help, I mean, truth be told, I've built an entire practice on it. Built an entire business on people asking me for help. So if
Yeah.
I didn't feel so great about people asking me for help,
Yeah.
asking me, then I wouldn't have a business the way that I have a business, right? Interesting
Yeah.
point of view. But I love helping people, and I think most people help. Most of us love helping people. So why don't we empower those around us by asking them for help? Give them
I
give
love
them
it.
opportunities.
I love
Yeah.
it. Oh, there's something else that I want to share before I forget. This goes back to our this part about letting go. Um,
Okay.
when you let go and that space
Hmm.
opens up, Becky just reminded me of this right here on Instagram, because it equates the feeling of emptiness, but that is the amazing thing. It's in the emptiness. We all have emptiness in our inside in
Hmm.
our chest, in our head. It's that emptiness where the music resonates. It's the
Yeah.
emptiness where we sing. That's what
Yeah.
allows our voice, is that cavity. And
Yeah.
I've
Exactly.
literally I've created a
That's such a
retreat around it
beautiful.
with one of my best friends in the world. And Daniel
Hmm.
and Becky, I hope that you get to come experience this. It's called Balance Guitar, and it's happening in 10 days. For the 10th
Wow.
time, I'm taking a group of people into a blue zone, which is one of the most healing areas on the planet. We're specifically going inside the jungles of Nosara, Costa Rica,
Wow.
and we're going to be showing people about how to sing from their emptiness. So whether you're a musician, it's designed for guitarists, but whether you've never touched an instrument in your life, You can literally you come out physically and energetically singing. And if you are an
Wow.
instrumentalist, definitely grows. But daily, we're doing yoga, meditation, mindfulness, and Tai Chi with myself and a Tai Chi master, Freddie Bryant, who's also a professor of guitar at Berklee School of Music, and the founder,
What an
Richard
amazing
Miller, who
opportunity.
is, yeah, he grew up surfing in Brazil, and he uh, taught ear training at Columbia University, and taken us to the most beautiful place in nature. And we're offering spots, and this is really important for anyone listening. This
Yeah.
is a retreat that is a $4,000 value. We usually sell for $2,500 and up. We have received a generous donation to offer one spot for $500. That is to
Wow.
come
That's
spend a week in
awesome.
Costa Rica, all expenses paid, all the food, transportation, classes, everything. All you've got to do is pay for your ticket and the $500. So if there's anyone that's interested, I've been trying to give this spot away. I mean, it's spontaneous. It's in 10 days. You can even come work remotely. We have two of them
Wow.
open. So there's camping spots, there's housing, shared rooms with air conditioning, there's an outdoor rancho that's available. We have a private chef. I mean, we're steps from the beach. It's ridiculous. So if there's anyone you know who just wants to come to Costa Rica spontaneously a week from Saturday, let me know. I will set you up. Send me a message. I'm really important to share that here.
Now let me
And
ask you, wait. Let me ask you something. Do they have to be a musician, Ben?
no, not at all, because we're actually all musicians. As I'm talking about the emptiness that sings inside of you, we all have opportunities to
Right.
do that. I find that going to this space particularly allows some silence and healing and space to start to feel and work with those energies. And you can totally turn it
Right.
into adventure and spend the whole time in the ocean. I'm also teaching surfing there to anyone who wants to learn. It's one of the greatest surf spots in the world, but it also is one of the greatest spots of nature and thrive. Like animals and people and everything thrives there. We're eating off the land, and we've
Wow.
really gotten to work with the locals, and we take people to a monkey refuge to learn about the land and how people are helping save the animals and integrating humans into their life and how to be
That's so
responsible for
cool.
it. So it's educational, and if you don't even want to play an instrument, you can just sit and be serenaded daily. Are you kidding me? It'd be great.
Right. Yeah, that sounds awesome. It sounds
So that's
amazing.
available to you and Guillermo and Jason and Glenn and everyone listening, no matter who you are. So please, 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 I encourage you to be unreasonable and reach out. And lastly, I must share that Dude School is officially launching the middle of January. I am so excited to have this 12-week program. It's with up to 12 men, and we're working on 12 different themes and concepts that men deal with in today's society, and how to actually empower men to be the light workers themselves, how to use these tools to, to learn about their own music and shining in that emptiness together in a safe and sacred space to learn from each other. And that's what this school is about. So I'm really excited. If any of these things interest you, you can click on my bio, and there's links to it all. And I really encourage you to come take part and bathe yourself in music and paradise, or surround yourself with other beautiful men. And Daniel, do you have anything? You've got a really exciting program that you're launching as well, right?
I do. But you know what
Can you
I'm
tell
really
us about
excited about?
this?
I can, but I want to actually invite everyone next week, actually beginning January 2nd,
Uh-huh.
for 10. I'm having a 10 call series about how to become money. Everybody goes into this space in the new
How to
year
become
about.
money.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I
It's called
love
How to
that.
Become Money. It's
I love that.
amazing. It's going to be an amazing, amazing series. It's ten calls twice a week for 5 weeks, Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Each call is only 45 minutes, and it's jam packed with a bunch of clearings, a bunch of really cool, exciting tools on how to create, to live, and to be more abundant in your life. And that I absolutely recommend. It's for everyone. It is such a value. 10 calls. It's $250. It's like $25
Wow.
a
Yeah,
call,
that's
and you get a
nothing. I've
recording.
paid $2,000 for a 10 call course like that before. Yeah, that's great value.
Exactly.
$250. That's amazing.
And you get a recording of every single one of them so that you can listen to the clearings over and over again. So that's really gonna,
Incredible.
yeah. And I'm
So for
I'm very much,
$750, you could do Daniel's course and come to Costa Rica next month. How
oh my
could it get
God.
any better in January? Oh my
Exactly.
God.
Exactly. Yeah. And then our
Well,
course
I've got
is
to run now so that we can get on our airplane and hopefully come back to New York. But all of this is right here in the link. Becky's just shared the link to how to become money. The link to Dude School and Balance Guitar is in my bio here. Come join us. We want to play with you. We love you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast
thank
and
you guys
share
so
your
much.
wins. Share
Yeah.
what's resonating.
I love celebrating you guys. Ben, happy new year. Have the most amazing, 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 amazing new year to everyone. Remember to really tap into you and to stay focused and centered and grounded, and ask for everything that you desire, and just know it's going to show up.
Yes.
It's going to show up even greater than you can imagine.
Yes. Keep
Okay?
asking. And we'll see you next year.
Yay! Bye, guys. Thank you,
Love you
Becky.
all.
Thank you,
Thank you for
everyone.
joining.